If your kid is getting up 10 different times during dinner, you are not alone. And expecting kids to sit still for 20 to 30 minutes, for a lot of kids, that's just not realistic. Hi, I'm Alex, pediatric dietitian and mom of two. And this is the Good Eaters Club, where we're redefining what it means to be a good eater without pressure or power struggles. Today we're talking about how to actually help your kids stay at the table for a meal without turning it into a battle. Let me just tell you, it's not going to be perfect. First, we need to start by resetting our expectations. Kids are not tiny adults. They're learning how to sit, eat, regulate their body, and participate in conversation all at once. So instead of aiming for long, quiet meals, think short, supported, and flexible. A realistic starting point for most kids is about 5 minutes at the table. Start there and build over time. A big reason why kids leave the table at meals is because their bodies need to move. So instead of fighting that, let's work with it. You can try letting them stand on the ground or kneeling on their chair. Add something like a footband to their chair to help their feet wiggle. And let them shift, wiggle, and reposition as they need. We're not aiming for perfect posture. We're aiming for staying at the table. Using visual timers is an extremely helpful tool. When we use visual timers like these, our kids can visually see how long they're expected to stay. Then give them some ownership. How long do you want to stay at the table tonight? 3 minutes or 5 minutes? When kids feel a part of the plan, they're more likely to follow through. It's also important to make the table a place they actually want to be. If the table only feels like pressure, take a bite, eat your vegetables, sit still. Of course they want to leave. Instead, give them a reason to stay. Share a high and low from the day. Use simple conversation prompts. And let them ask questions. Connection keeps kids at the table, not control. Always make sure you provide at least one preferred food, even if it's buttered bread. Nothing wrong with buttered bread. If there's nothing on the table your child feels comfortable eating, they're much more likely to leave. So include at least one preferred food. This helps them feel safe, eat something, and stay engaged longer. And remember, eating something small, even buttered bread, still counts. So here's what you can say when they want to leave. Instead of, you need to sit here until you're done. Try, that's okay if you're all done. Let's sit for 2 more minutes and then you can be excused. Or, your job is to stay at the table until the timer is done. You don't have to eat. We're separating being at the table from what they eat. Let's zoom out for a second. If your child doesn't sit long at dinner, but is still eating across the day and the week, they're probably okay. Dinner doesn't have to be perfect to count. Sometimes it's more of a mini meal for kids. We're working on building skills over time, not expecting perfection overnight. If your child struggles to stay at the table, you're not doing anything wrong. Lower the pressure, add some support, and make the table a place they actually want to be. That's what helps build a positive relationship with food and with family meals. If you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe below so you never miss an episode of the Good Eaters Club.